That's what it's going to look like. Here's what you're going to focus on feeling. You're going to have your knees unlocked. If you're not sure about what that feels like, straighten them and then just soften them a little bit. That's going to place the weight somewhere in the front of the heel. Center of the heel is fine, but you don't want to be all the way back where you're falling backwards. We want to have our weight loaded into a little bit of the arches and like the front of the heel area. That's what's going to allow your glutes to feel like they stretch when you go into the hinge. Once you have that foot pressure, I want you to feel like you push into the ground without straightening your knees, and you imagine a puppet string pulling the top of your head up. So your neck is long, your trunk is long, you have that skull over rib cage over pelvis. And just by pushing into the ground, you'll feel some muscles turning on. You'll feel maybe a little bit of side abs, you'll feel some leg muscles. So that's your setup. You want to feel connected through the ground the entire time that you're hinging. Once you have that, you're going to add something. You can put hands on your hips. You're going to blow. And without losing the balance in your feet, keeping some weight in the arches and the heels, you're going to fold at your hips until you feel a stretch in the glutes. You may feel a stretch in the hamstrings, but it's important that we also feel the glutes stretching. Once you're at the bottom, breathe in. And then you're already pushing through your feet, so you're just going to use them to push back to start. It's going to feel like hamstrings and glutes bring you back up, and on the way down, it's going to feel like your glutes start to stretch. Very important that you stay within your hip range. So this range of mine may not be the same as when you do it. That's okay. What you don't want to do is lose context of where your hips are and then start to come down from some other part of your body, which might trick you because your face is approaching the floor, but it's not coming from hip flexion. So when you're at the top, that setup of feeling that length, so skull going up, feet pushing down, will keep you honest, because that trunk is one whole unit. So everything from my pelvis up to the top of my head moves together as one. So again, you're going to exhale. And you can imagine the back of your hips opening more and more as you fold over. Take a breath in here at the bottom. You can imagine getting longer in this direction. And you could even stay here for a couple breaths, and you might feel that each breath opens the back of the hip more. And then push back up, making sure that you're still pushing down through the feet.